Goku rushed forward and challenged Kale to a fight. Kale was caught off guard by the sudden request. Bergamo suddenly jumped between them and demanded that Goku fight him instead. The two warriors clashed and triggered massive explosions all around the arena. Nearby Rillabu told a massive fighter not to move. Basil watched the exchange and felt relieved that she was not targeting him. Broly suddenly opened his mouth and fired a massive blast of energy. The blast completely wiped out Rillabu and eliminated her from the tournament. The gods of Universe 10 watched in utter shock. Ro panicked and wondered what kind of monstrous Saiyan they had brought. Nappa managed to grab hold of Kale. Kale struggled and demanded that he let her go. Broly suddenly appeared and delivered a devastating punch to the stomach of the giant. The brutal strike instantly eliminated Nappa. Jampa laughed loudly and claimed the brute never stood a chance against a Universe 7 Saiyan anyway. Vatus looked at her god and noted that he was cheering for a rival universe. Jampa quickly denied the accusation. Broly turned to Kale and asked if she was alright. Kale quietly thanked him for the help. They stared at each other for a moment. Beerus screamed from the stands and ordered Broly to stop wasting time and eliminate her immediately. Broly calmly told Lord Beerus to relax because the girl had been in danger. Vegeta walked over and suggested they team up to eliminate the weaker fighters. He warned them to be very careful before walking away to find his own opponents. Broly and Kale agreed and formed an unexpected alliance. Piccolo watched from a distance and thought it was nice to see Broly making friends, even if they were from different universes. Android 17 fired a barrage of energy blasts across the battlefield. Kakat approached Android 18 and mocked her for changing her appearance. 18 shot back that Kakat had not changed at all. The two women immediately began to fight. Goku managed to break through a series of fierce attacks. Gohan found himself face to face with the talking rabbit of Universe 9. He politely asked Sorrel how she had been doing. Sorrel replied that she had trained very hard just to give him a proper fight. Piccolo yelled out that Gohan was no longer the same fighter she used to know. Sorrel stated that it did not matter and charged forward. Gohan and Sorrel began their intense battle. Beerus watched the chaos and noted that the other universes had clearly spent the last few years training. Was completely agreed as explosions continued to rock the arena. Rosie mocked Granola and asked if he had a better outfit. Granola shot back and asked if she had a personality that was not completely unbearable. Vegeta laughed out loud at the harsh insult. Hop tried to land a surprise punch on the Saiyan Prince, but Vegeta easily dodged it. Hop warned him that he would not be able to dodge the next one. Vegeta mocked her and told her to attack him if she was so confident. Hop charged forward and yelled that Universe 9 was completely different now. Vegeta noted that he could certainly tell. Meanwhile, Cumber stood completely still in his spot. Ro pointed at the massive Saiyan and wondered if he was just going to stand there the entire time. Damum saw an opening and decided to attack the distracted fighter. He rushed forward to strike, but Cumber suddenly unleashed his dark energy. The evil Saiyan grabbed the small fighter and effortlessly threw him completely out of the arena. Quidala threw a fit and screamed in disbelief. He could not understand how the tiny warrior, who once gave 17 trouble, was defeated so easily. Gohan pointed out that they should have thought about the terrifying appearance of Cumber. Sorrel added that they should have thought twice before attacking him at all. Cumber glared at the remaining fighters and asked if they wanted to fight. He promised to give them a brutal battle. Oregano and Hyssop watched in sheer terror as Cumber immediately targeted them. With a few swift movements, Cumber eliminated both of them from the tournament. He called them completely useless. Hop watched in horror and wondered who that dark monster was. Gohan told Sorrel that it looked like her friends had just been eliminated. Sorrel brushed it off and said they refused to train over the last few years and got too overconfident. Across the arena, Broly landed a heavy blow on Ribrianne. Vegeta cheered and told Broly to keep up the good work. Gamma 1 began firing his blasters at multiple opponents. Goku used the distraction to quickly eliminate Comfrey and Chapel. Hop cursed as her teammates fell. Vegeta saw his opening and declared it was his turn. He struck Hop with a powerful blow and knocked her right off the stage. Roselle watched the terrifying power of Broly and Cumber. The small gargoyle grew entirely paralyzed by fear and decided to eliminate himself. He jumped out of the ring and sighed in relief that he was finally safe. Sidra angrily yelled at Roselle and demanded to know why he ran away to the stands again. Roselle cursed his bad luck. Rose screamed at the trio of danger and ordered them not to lose. Bergamo promised the Supreme Kai that they would win. Basil swore they would not allow Universe 7 to humiliate them again. The battle raged on. Goku dodged incoming attacks as Bergamo and Basil closed in on him. Goku swiftly evaded their strikes and hit them back. Vegeta landed a harsh blow on Lavender. Basil called out to his brothers. Bergamo declared they would not suffer another humiliating defeat and told his brothers to prepare their ultimate attack. The trio of Danger charged their energy to the absolute maximum. They unleashed the Triangle Danger Beam with all their might. Vegeta immediately transformed into a Super Saiyan Blue and charged a Gallic Gun. Goku ready to Kamehameha. The two Saiyans fired their massive energy waves at the exact same time. The combined blast overpowered the wolves. Bergamo gasped in shock as the trio of Danger screamed in defeat. They were completely blasted out of the arena. The gods of Universe 9 watched in sheer terror. Ro screamed in absolute despair as his precious trio of Danger lost once again. The three brothers appeared in the stands next to their god. Ro fell to his knees and begged Zeno not to erase them. Present Zeno calmly told him to relax and reminded him that the erasure rule no longer existed. Future Zeno added that they still had one participant left in the arena anyway. Ro was shocked and asked who was still fighting. Down on the battlefield, Gohan sheepishly admitted that he had been protecting Sorrel from the other universes. Sorrel told Bergamo that she actually liked Gohan and decided they should form a team. Bergamo angrily pointed out that she was nowhere near as strong as he and his brothers were. Gohan told Bergamo to stop being so aggressive and give her a chance to prove herself. Bergamo reluctantly agreed to trust them. Sorrel thanked Gohan for the support. Gohan suggested they focus on eliminating the weakest fighters first. Sorrel eagerly agreed and they rushed off to find new targets. Vegeta decided to go after Toppo, but Potamo and Vegeta suddenly blocked his path. Potamo declared that the Saiyan was not going anywhere. Vegeta noted that they were still angry about their previous defeat and told them to prepare for another one. The fight began. Vegeta stepped aside and told Potamo to handle it. Potamo confidently agreed. Vegeta rushed forward and swiftly tied the arms of Potamo into a tight knot. He then grabbed the large bear from behind. Potamo panicked and begged for a timeout. Vegeta mocked the idea of a timeout in a battle for survival. Vegeta tried to rush in and save his partner. Suddenly Cumber powered up and delivered a massive punch that sent Vegeta flying away. Vegeta thanked the mysterious Dark Saiyan for the assist. Vegeta then easily tossed Potamo out of the ring. He dusted his hands and declared the job was done. Piccolo watched from afar and noted how incredibly simple that was. Elsewhere, Gohan and Sorrel worked together to defeat the Heavy Bird Warrior from the previous tournament. Broly watched the chaos and admitted he never thought the tournament would have so many skilled fighters. Goku warned the large Saiyan not to let his guard down. Android 18 found herself fighting another random opponent until Gohan stepped in to save her. Gohan asked if she was okay. She thanked him for the help. Working together, Gohan and 18 easily defeated the two annoying raccoons from Universe 4. Up in the stands, Zeno checked his tablet and announced that the two stealthy fighters from Universe 4 had been eliminated. Piccolo fired a special rock attack and managed to strike Frost. Vegeta found himself fighting multiple opponents at once. Cabba successfully eliminated two rival fighters. Hit stood face to face with a robotic warrior. The assassin gave the machine a simple choice. He told the robot to jump out of the arena or be thrown out by force. The robot chose to attack. Hit simply used his time skip and dismantled the machine in an instant. Goku was busy fighting the Yardrat from Universe 2. Suddenly Caulifla appeared and eliminated the Yardrat herself. Goku greeted the young Saiyan girl from Universe 6, but struggled to remember her name. He guessed a few vegetable names until Caulifla angrily corrected him. She said her name was Caulifla and stated she was surprised he did not forget her entirely. Goku apologized and blamed the 10 years that had passed. He offered to help her resume her training to achieve Super Saiyan 3. Caulifla smirked and said that would not be necessary because she already mastered it. Goku was completely shocked and asked how she managed to do that. Caulifla powered up and instantly transformed into a Super Saiyan 3. She asked the old man if he was surprised. Goku admitted it took him years to reach that specific form. Caulifla explained that she asked Vados to create a special training environment to help her improve her Super Saiyan forms. She confidently claimed she was finally on his level. Goku agreed that her power was very impressive. Caulifla told him she was not done yet. Goku asked if she had finally reached the level of a Super Saiyan god. Caulifla said she had not, but promised her next form would leave him completely speechless. She began to power up with a massive scream. A blinding explosion of energy rocked the arena floor. When the dust cleared, Caulifla stood covered in red fur with a monkey tail wrapped around her waist. She smirked and introduced Goku to Super Saiyan 4. Goku stared in absolute disbelief. and asked how a fourth form even existed. Caulifla admitted it was incredibly difficult to achieve, but she knew it would give her the power to fight him on equal footing. Goku smiled and accepted the challenge. The two Saiyans dashed forward and began to fight. Piccolo noticed the clash, and realized the girl from Universe 6 had grown incredibly strong. Goku tried to land a punch, but Caulifla dodged with blinding speed. Goku admitted she was much faster than before. Caulifla loved the compliment. Hit watched from a distance, and noted that she finally used her secret transformation, just as he expected. Vegeta felt the massive energy, and demanded to know what kind of transformation she was using. Kaba explained that it gave her red fur, and a tail, and she called it Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta was stunned by the name. He immediately warned Kakarot not to get overconfident. He realized the girl had unlocked a completely different evolutionary path separate from the normal and divine forms. Goku realized Vegeta was right and instantly transformed into a Super Saiyan god to match her power. Piccolo eliminated another random fighter, and noted that everyone in the tournament had clearly been training hard. Caulifla clashed with Goku, and suggested they eliminate everyone else so they could fight until one of them completely collapsed. Goku seemed to agree with the crazy idea. A few fighters from Universe 11 tried to ambush them, but Broly quickly knocked them away. Caulifla easily dispatched a few other weaklings that got too close. She called them complete weaklings. Goku laughed and admitted she had definitely been training seriously. Kakarot attacked another fighter, and decided she needed to get rid of the trash. Android 17 continued to fire energy blasts all over the arena to keep his enemies back. Gohan powered up and charged into a crowd of fighters. Vegeta found himself fighting Ribrianne again. The magical girl began to roll into a massive ball. Vegeta groaned in annoyance at seeing the disgusting technique again. He easily dodged the rolling attack. Piccolo also recognized the annoying magical girls. Goku found himself dodging rapid attacks from Rosie. He muttered that the girl was just as annoying as she was 10 years ago. Android 17 continued his fight with Kakunsa and landed a massive blow. He fired a point-blank energy blast and told her she was still as annoying as ever. Kakunsa swore she would not let him humiliate her a second time. 17 easily dodged her wild strikes and punched her again. He told her that her fighting style was exactly the same as before, and called her a little girl. Kakunsa grew furious at the insult. Goku and Vegeta stood side by side fighting Ribrianne and Rosie. Piccolo suddenly intervened, and fired his rock attack straight at Rosie. Ribrianne panicked and wondered where the attack came from. Goku used the exact same technique he used 10 years ago to strike Rosie. The magical girl took the full force of the attack. Goku powered down to his base form. He complimented Rosie on her power, and admitted it was hard to believe she had actually gotten stronger. Rosie laughed, and told Goku she had been studying his power carefully so she could give him a proper fight. Piccolo cornered the exact same opponent he fought in the last tournament. He gave the fighter a stern warning to leave, or get badly hurt. The fighter screamed in terror and ran away. Gohan fought another random opponent and eliminated him with absolute ease. Zeno noted the constant eliminations and praised Universe 7 for evolving so much. Dispo clashed violently with Hit. The two fighters traded incredibly fast blows in a very even match. Dispo declared he was finally going to eliminate the assassin. Before he could land a hit, Goku suddenly intervened and stopped the attack. Dispo groaned in frustration and complained about seeing Goku again. Goku asked if he really expected anything else. Hit politely thanked Goku for the assistance. Goku told him it was not a problem. Caulifla laughed and mocked the Super Saiyan God form. Goku ignored her and teamed up with Hit to fight Dispo. Dispo tried to land a speed blitz, but Goku briefly flashed into Super Saiyan Blue and nearly knocked him out. Dispo gasped in shock. Goku told the Pride Trooper he was still too overconfident with his linear attacks. Goku reverted back to his god form. Hit used the exact same technique he used 10 years ago, and sent Dispo crashing into a giant rock. One of the teammates of Dispo tried to ambush the assassin. Hit used his time skip to appear behind the attacker instantly. Hit told the warrior he needed to experience real pain before trying to attack again. Hit delivered a brutal strike that sent the fighter completely out of the arena. Dispo screamed in rage and cursed the assassin. Meanwhile, Kawaii approached Gohan with a sweet smile. She suggested they become a couple after the tournament since nobody was getting erased from existence anyway. Gohan politely declined the offer and explained he already had a wife and a daughter. Kawaii gasped in pure shock. Quitala screamed at his fighter and called her a foolish little girl. Vegeta watched the romantic attempt from afar and said that kind of thing made him want to vomit. Vegeta regrouped with Goku. The two Saiyans charged toward a new enemy. Vegeta swore he was going to destroy the fool. Goku told Vegeta to calm down, and offered to help. They took their stances. Vegeta fired a Gallic gun, while Goku fired a Kamehameha. The massive combined beam completely destroyed a large section of the arena floor. They found Prum hiding in the rubble. Vegeta mocked the sniper for still acting like a total coward. He warned Prum that they were not the same fighters they were 10 years ago. Prum asked what he meant by that. Vegeta told him to prepare for total humiliation, and fired a blast. Prum tried to counter the attack, but the energy beam curved, and struck him right in the back. Prum was instantly eliminated from the tournament. Magikyo tried to launch a sneak attack against Jiren. The silent warrior barely moved and instantly eliminated Magikyo from the ring. Air cried out in despair for her fallen fighter. Goku found himself face to face with Ribrianne again. He admitted that Universe 2 still had a strong warrior spirit. Ribrianne angrily corrected him and said it was the power of love. Goku rolled his eyes and told her whatever. Gohan engaged in a fierce battle with Borletta. Borletta swore the fight would end differently this time. Gohan challenged him to prove it. Borletta launched a heavy strike, but Gohan easily dodged it. Nearby Cumber grabbed Jimizu and effortlessly threw him out of the ring. The Grand Priest formally announced the elimination of Jimizu. Cumber muttered that the fighter was a complete idiot. Piccolo confronted Frost once again. Piccolo stated it was a shame their little rematch had to end so soon. Frost looked confused. Piccolo immediately launched his special rock attack and blasted Frost completely off the stage. Frost cursed the Namekian as he fell into the void. Goku continued to dodge the attacks of Ribrianne. She told him to prepare for her ultimate strike. Goku casually sidestepped the attack and delivered a swift kick that eliminated her from the tournament. He sighed and muttered that he finally understood why Android 18 refused to talk about her. Rosie watched in horror as her leader was eliminated. Goku turned around and saw Jiren standing nearby. Goku smiled and noted it had been a very long time. He told the Grey Warrior they should save their fight for later, when there were fewer people in the ring. He promised it would be much more interesting that way. Jiren agreed to the terms. Goku nodded and leaped away to find another opponent. Gohan and Piccolo stood together as Saonal and Pilina approached them. Pilina noted that the Earthlings had improved a lot since their last battle. Saonal agreed. Piccolo mocked the Universe 6 Namekians and asked if they were a bunch of little girls. Pilina grew furious at the insult. The Namekians powered up and prepared to fight for real. The battle between the Namekians is about to begin. Will Gohan and Piccolo be able to defeat the warriors of Universe 6 again? Find out in the next part.